Welcome back, Banter fam. You're looking at Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is stable, and that is because it is the large cap alts that are leading the market. And it's not all the large cap alts, it's the large cap alts under certain narratives. And today we're going to be looking at those narratives, look at which narratives are powering this bull market, show you where to position yourselves, and make sure that you guys get the right coins. So stay tuned till the end. I'm also going to be giving away at least $10,000 this show. I gave away $10,000 the last show. I'm about to do it again. In fact, so much so that Freddie, my producer, is calling me the Oprah Winfrey of crypto. Oprah Winfrey. I mean, is that the best you could come up with? Stay tuned till then. We've got a massive show for you. Welcome back, guys. Let's take a quick look at those morning indicators and see if it's a good morning. If you woke up and there was a tent in your bed, today's a good morning. Let's take a quick look at the indicators. Everything looks good except for maybe the fear and greed index. The grayscale premium looks low. In fact, we're going to take a big look at these indicators just now. Right now, what I want to do is I want to talk about the narratives driving this bull run, because even though Bitcoin is flat, the market is pumping. But it's only certain narratives. And in fact, if you look at the narratives today, let's look at today's narratives. It's so easy to do this. All you do is you go onto CoinGecko and you look at the top 50 coins. And if you look at the top 50 coins, you see that the big coins that are running, Cardano 6.6% up today. And you keep scrolling down, computer 14.4% up today, which gives you an idea. AVAX, Avalanche up 37.5%. Atom, Cosmos up 21%. We can see that today the narrative is all around big layer one chains. And that's what we've been saying to you guys all week. It's all about the big altcoins, the big layer one chains. And they are being driven by two narratives. The first narrative, of course, is NFTs. And speaking of NFTs, I've got myself an NFT today. I randomly bought some Real Fever cards, and turns out that the one that I got was actually Ronaldo. So when you unbox it, I actually got Ronaldo. So we're going to talk about NFTs today, and we're going to talk about DeFi, and we're going to tell you guys where you should be putting your cash. So if you're new to our channel, welcome. Subscribe to our channel, smash the like button, let everybody know about this, and give us some love, because today we're going to give away, like I said, $10,000 on this show today. Should we talk about NFTs? Did you do what I told you earlier? Did you call Garry V? You call Garry V. And is he coming? All right, so get him in, man. I said Garry V, not Ellio. Guys, welcome.
Can we keep that hype song in the background? I'm like seriously fired the fuck up here.
That's what this thing's about. It's about getting out of bed. And you know, Garry, you know what we say on the show? We say that there are 10 indicators to tell you whether it's going to be a good morning or not a good morning. We call them the good morning indicators. You can see there's only 9 indicators here. The Bitcoin price, the stock markets, the crypto market cap. The 10th indicator is the most important indicator. The most important indicator. If you've got a tent in your bed when you wake up, it's going to be a great day. So if you've got a tent in your bed and the other 9 indicators are good, then it's going to be a good day. And today's going to be a good day because
my tent every day is if I could get people to actually care about gratitude and be thankful what they have versus what they don't have. So if you wake up and listen, as somebody who had an extremely big project launch on the day Ethereum hit its high, and then not clear it all for the tax hit, and watch ETH go from 4,000 to 1,700. I would wake up many days during that run where I would take a bloodbath in my lovely 7 hours of sleep. And literally every day that would happen, I would say to myself, yes, this is happening, but nobody that I love, went to the hospital last night or passed away. And I think you can eliminate all 10 of those things from that list. If people could just be grateful that they woke up and everybody else they give a shit about on earth woke up and they actually believed it, not some foo-foo Instagram quote shit. You actually lived that way. What that actually means is you have a much better chance of having diamond hands or being a hodler when you believe in something. If somebody's watching this show right now, they believe in this space in the macro substantially. The problem is people play with money they can't afford to lose, or they panic because they don't fully believe, they're just riding momentum. And I believe that conviction and that gratitude is actually the most important variable when you're in something this new. I watched so many people that worked at Facebook for 4 years, knew that it was a monumental all-time company. And then when the stock opened at 42, and then a couple months later, it was at $19 a share, they sold all of it. I bought a nice chunk from Mark Zuckerberg's family and literally have never sold a share to this day. And when Mark came out the other day and said, we're a metaverse company, and I know Andrew Bosworth, who's been running Oculus, I believe in their potential long-term. This upsets me what I'm about to say. The fact that I got a small chunk of shares, but because I believed in something, have held it the whole way, and I'm going to make more financial impact than people that worked at Facebook for 4 years in the early years, but they sold at 19, is my greatest fear for all the incredible people that are watching and commenting right now, because they're here now, right now, which they may think is late, right? Because this stuff's been brewing since 13, 15, 17, right? But it's unbelievably early. And I just want them to focus on gratitude, not fucking what percentage things are up or down. Bet with shit that you can afford to lose so you can hold it forever if you actually believe in this shit. That's what I come to say on the show.
Invest in shit that's going to change the world, and then just give it enough time to actually do its thing. That's exactly our investment philosophy here. And gratitude, I think we should all be grateful. If you're here and you're in crypto full time and you're part of this movement, I was thinking just before we got you on the show, I was thinking to myself, I ran downstairs to get a drink, and I thought to myself, I cannot believe that this is my work. I cannot believe that that they actually call this work.
Good for you.
Anyway,
I feel the same. Eli, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm excited. Go ahead. I literally stood up in January and thanked God out loud once I had my final eureka moment on NFTs, because I realized that everything I've done for the last 40 years of my life, collecting things, flipping them, garage sales, sports cards, Pokemon, collectible toys, selling retail wine collecting, internet, social media, understanding human behavior, why the fashion industry works, human behavior, consumerization, communication. When it all clicked and said, this is it. This is going to be my chapter. This is going to change my life in a much, much more profound way than even the last two, the 1996 Web 1, the 2005 social media Web 2. And I'm completely built on gratitude, not my friend. And I mean this, it's important for this show to hear this, not because the money that's associated with it, which I'm very grateful for, and understand that it brings certain nice things in life. Fuck that. It's the game. The fact that I'm able to create, the fact that I'm in the process of creating the next Disney, the next Pokemon with VeeFriends, the game, the fact that many people who know me, who've seen me succeed for 25 years, still don't own a VeeFriend, which in essence is the way to most be involved in me. People who've asked to invest in VaynerMedia and VaynerSports that I've said no to, but still didn't buy a VeeFriend because they didn't understand the connection of the technology and how I would navigate this intellectual property. That challenge of, can this be bigger than all the biggest IPs that come in? Disney, Lucas, Marvel, Pokemon, they're all coming, right? Not to mention the incredible projects, World of Women, Bored Ape Yacht Club, Cool Cats, Crypto Striker. There's incredible other things. The challenge of making VeeFriends the single best one in the world, that fucking fires me up way more than the royalty checks of ETH I got last night on the secondary transactions of fucking VeeFriends.
Listen, I love what you're saying. But Ellio, you keep warning that we may be in some kind of bubble. And when you say some kind of bubble, you kind of look at things like this, and you say to yourself, is this really worth $279,000? Is this really?
I mean, it is a gorgeous rock.
It's a gorgeous rock.
It's a gorgeous rock.
How do you differentiate between the excitement of what's going on around us and making sure that you don't buy things that are going to eventually go down to zero?
By spending money you can afford. Oh, I'm sorry, Yuli. I thought that was for me. I got excited again.
So the point here, what Garry hit on, is that thesis-based investing beats every other form of investing, not by a little bit, but by 100x. And the point is, you cannot predict with raw data alone the paradigm shift that happens with new technologies and new for example, this is an entirely new layer on the internet, a financial layer that is colliding in an exponential fashion with everything we've done before. So to predict what's going to happen with this chemical reaction with data alone is not possible. So if you have a thesis, in this particular case, in 2018, my business partner and I were crypto obsessed, couldn't understand why people were leaving the industry, but we understood that it was because the number was going down. So we spent months essentially trying to figure out a product category that would not be vulnerable to essentially mass exodus as soon as the number went down. And we went through about 100 times we came back to video games. There was no question from that point in time that if my Fortnite skins and my Call of Duty skins were NFTs, that I would be trading and playing rain or shine. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. And you have to go forward. And so we built our own prototype. And this was at the time, by the way, that Axie Infinity was struggling to raise a round of less than $1 million. And that was led by Yatsu over at Animoca, because there was no money. There was no belief. People would roll their eyes into the back of their soul when you would mention NFTs. And so how do you go from a world like that to a world now where Disney, Marvel, everyone is just frothing and salivating? Well, it's a paradigm shift that you can only achieve based on a thesis-based investment. And so if you have a thesis...
And Ellio, I'm sorry to interrupt, brother, and pattern recognition. I'll tell you why. When you have and Ellio is 100% right, when you have conviction, but let me tell you what's awesome about these gray hairs for you youngsters. It's also, I had the conviction in 2000 when the internet stocks collapsed, and literally, Google it right now, literally if you're watching this, Google, the internet is a fad. Real articles by real fucking people were written that the whole thing's a fad. You watched every stock go to zero. I also watched Amazon go to some tiny number. And over the last 15 years, if you put $1,000 in at that moment, your whole life would change. So when you see the pattern recognition of things failing, Web 2.0, if you go read the articles of 2004-5, they're like, oh, dig.com and Blogspot and all these new platforms, MySpace, Friendster, they're saving the internet. Like, it was the rise back up. It's exactly what happened now. Is what's going on with NFTs. The problem is, and this is back to what you're referring to, 99% of the iPhone apps didn't become Instagram, didn't become Twitter, did not become Uber. I love when everyone's like, Garry, you got to look at the roadmap of projects. That's how you got to pick your NFTs. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. You know what a roadmap is? It's a deck of what you're gonna do. I've seen 4,000 roadmaps of startups that have had no prayer of executing on their roadmap. This is a game. You want to pick NFT projects? Know who's behind it and make your opinion on their ability to navigate the inevitable winter that's coming, and can they actually build something? Or, as Ellio was saying beautifully, I did an interview yesterday. They said, what do you think about NFTs? I think the number one, is that if you think of it as art and collectibles, you're grossly underestimating what's happening. What my handsome young friend here just said is about utility. For you, I didn't say anything. I'm sorry. I was referring to the much more attractive guy, the other guy. No, but I mean, I think, look, why in the world would there be a ticket to an event in 10 years that's not an NFT? There's no rational reason to make it a QR code or a piece of paper. That organization's creating an asset that they can create royalties on. I mean, it could be a unlock. NFTs are literally a key. They're a wristband. They're a club card. They're a scanned QR code. They're utility. Of course, there'll be collectability. Do people understand there's $1 trillion bought on eBay and at flea markets a year? Everybody here has a relative that collects something that is asinine to them. Humans are hoarders. We collect. We need it for communication. But I agree with him. I think 99% of the current projects that come out in the month of July, August, and September of 2021 will go to zero. Zero.
Yeah,
okay,
not zero.
So if you're coming in now, like a lot of our viewers, and they love the idea of getting into NFTs, they love it. And I'm not talking about NFT project tokens. I'm talking about actual NFTs. How do they start? Where do they start? How do they know what to buy?
Yeah, so this one is the question that literally is nonstop. And the beautiful thing for the last month was you could throw a dart and it would go up because we're in a rush. We're in a mania. And that is a fog, almost like a fog of war, which I believe has actually had a significant detriment on the collectible community, because what we saw was a transition from idealistic early movers like the punk community, the ape community, and people who are diamond handed because they're not here for the gains. They're here for the culture, for the actual shift in technology. And then we got a wave of a bubble essentially forming with people who are too used to immediate profits. And as soon as those immediate profits dry up, they're not going to be there. So we're going to see a cleansing, just like we see with all the markets in crypto. As soon as something becomes too easy, it overheats and then it eventually deflates. But what will survive, as Garry said, is the utility. So for me, it's been for the last 4 years, video games, and that's what it's going to be for the next few years. If I was going to pick one simple thing to focus on, just focus on the games.
But real quick on that part, I couldn't love that answer more, because what he understands is the utility nature and how much, if you love a game, you need the fucking skin. You need the points to get a better basketball jersey. I have videos in 2010 talking about my bullishness on virtual goods. Everyone's like, you're a genius. I'm like, I'm not a fucking genius. I watched people buy sheep on Farmville on Facebook. I wasn't guessing. I observed it. But what needs to be heard here is, yes, comma, and you know this, 98% of games fail. And those are the games that are launched by the biggest titles. What about the thousands of things that were pitched to those EAs and Riots that they didn't even make? Well, with Block 3, with Web 3, with blockchain, like people are just going to launch those things just like everyone's launching a fucking 10,000 PFP. I'm going to say it again, and I do like the gaming thesis. I actually love it. But I want to make sure, because there's a lot of newbies in here. I'm telling you, this is going to come down to the jockey. Can he execute in creating demand? Whether that's through making an epic game that you need it. Let me just give you people are like, Garry, what's your roadmap? To fucking dominate. And let me explain what I mean by that. I'm gonna lay out my whole roadmap for you, everybody. Banter fucking nation. Here you go. Toys, video games, streetwear, cookies, fucking TV shows, movies, fucking like trading cards, collaborations, every famous person that emerges wearing a fucking VFriend hoodie, fucking holding a patient panda. Like, I'm gonna fucking dominate. Beanie Babies, Transformers, fucking Care Bears, Rainbow Bright, Harry Potter. I'm gonna build an intellectual property that everybody on earth is gonna be obsessed with. And as they buy the toys, play the video game, watch the movies, watch the YouTube kids show, have the biggest YouTubers in the world pimp it because they've got toys, because I fucking am helping them and they're helping me. As I fucking navigate for 20 years, everyone's going to wake up in 2029, in 2041 and say, wait a minute, that original NFT project is the fucking fossil. It's the Disney cell. It's the OG. It's the alpha. It is it. And then people are going to start fractionalizing it, because there's only 10,000 of them. And people are going to that's going to be the fucking game, because I'm going to make the world give a fuck about Patient Panda. That's my roadmap. Not like at 50%, I'm going to do this. Like, people are fucking dreaming. I've had 25 years of fucking execution. You need to find the young executors that you think got it, or the OGs that have done it. One of the reasons I love Tom Sachs' Rocket Factory is he's already, I didn't buy Damien Hirst, but I loved it. But I bought Tom Sachs because I like a little bit more of that Andy Warhol style, is he's already one of the most important contemporary artists in the world. People are fucking, do you see some of the price value of some of these projects that are 8 weeks old? Some of these kids that are behind it have to go out and build Pokemon to justify its valuation today. That's why people are going to be left with the bag and demolished. It's hard to build Pokemon. It's hard to build Harry Potter.
Well, I think what you said is a huge, huge deal here, which is something that we actually are about to do a show on later today, me and my buddy Alex Becker, which is you're seeing free assets in the Unity game store being put into a level that people are running around in, which you can literally achieve this in minutes, and then trying to say that they have a game coming. And the difference between where that is and where a successful game launch will be, as Garry said, even getting the game shipped does not end the battle. The truth is, correct, we don't even talk about the Web 2, the boomer metrics of DAU and retention and churn that are the core, the underbelly, and the soul of what's going to dictate value. And that's what bothers me, is that we don't even have a conversation about what's relevant to the long-term value. I love the attention to toys, to content. I've started describing NFTs as content 3.0. And 100%. as everything has come into blockchain and crypto, values have gone exponential. And that's because of the sort of dark magic that market caps offer. It's not really inaccurate.
But you know what's funny? Dark magic happens in real estate. It happens in the stock market. It happens in angel investing. It's actually proper. Very smart people who have incredible track records stunningly agree that this is the early moments of the consumerization of Web3. The problem is everybody thinks every project wins because of that. 99% of the search engines failed. 99% of the search engines failed. 99% of the social networks failed. I was there. They failed. High five, social world, they failed. But social media didn't fail. NFT is a lock, 100%. It may change its name, right? Web 2 became social media as a genre. It may change its name. We may not call it NFT in 4 years. We may call it meta asset. I don't know what the fuck. It doesn't matter. The NFT has won. 99% of the top winners on CryptoSlam right now won't be there in 13 years. And along that 13-year period, somebody's going to be left with the bag, which is why people have to invest with money they can afford to lose, because this is the early wild, wild west. I don't understand how people don't see this. We just went through ICO winter 2017's 5 minutes ago. How, like, it's one thing when I'm like old, I'm doing my old gray hair, like, I'm the OG. I'm like, in the internet 1.0, and all the 20-year-olds are like, fuck, I was 2. I don't know what the fuck this guy's talking about. 2017 shit coins were 4 minutes ago. How don't you understand that we are in shit NFT right now? We are deep in it. They're fucking 90 fucking projects every day. I hit up one of my developer friends and said, can you build me a website that takes adjectives, animals, and then nouns, and I can just hit a button and I can make a little joke site for everybody in NFT right now. So when I click the button, it says Ambitious Ant Club, or I hit the button again and it says Radical Rat Society, or if I like every day. This is not, and by the way, I want everybody to hear this. I love the creators behind them. I love the creativity. I love that people are, everyone's like, they're not original. Listen, people are doing nice art. They're coming up with stories. I'm not going to shit on someone's art. I'm not going to yuck somebody's yum, but I'm scared shitless that people are fucking putting on credit cards to mint shit because they expect that shit to go up and they're going to get smashed. And I don't want them to, because they're getting confused of the macro and the micro. Macro, NFT, to the fucking, fuck the moon. Go to fucking a different Milky Way that doesn't even exist, to our knowledge. But individual projects, dangerous if you're not smart.
Yeah, and the thing is, everything in crypto has been in the innovation stage for the past, still is in the innovation stage. DeFi still in the innovation stage, even given its level of TVL, right? Which is mostly just a few huge billionaires moving money around. Whereas the actual, we're now in the early adopter phase for NFTs, which is when everything happens, right? And so this is, as Yatsu said, the Angry Birds moment is what Axie Infinity just gave us. And so we're going to see the flood. However, like Garry said, 99% going to zero. And it takes, again, a thesis. I have the belief that it will take, again, a thesis-based investment criteria to predict the real winners, because no data will be able to show you where this is going. And I also believe that original native NFT IP will be 100x the value of duct taped on sort of Web 2 models and people who are just trying to shove NFT onto and insert it into things. And
Web
so
2,
that's,
you know what I call it? Web 2.5. They're half pregnant, right? They're half pregnant. You see it. You see it.
Yeah. And so, we had our team was looking at which game to build. And this was right at the beginning of 2020. We saw this thing called Among Us starting to get popular. Yes. And we saw the social element of it. And we said, this is the perfect canvas for a digital asset economy. And this is a new, we were long the social deduction trend as a trend for gaming. And so we started building in early 2020 a social deduction game, which is now about to come out. And by the way, yesterday we just got announced Fortnite releasing their social deduction mode, which again shows the future of this genre is going to be the same as first person shooter, maybe more. And so to me, I see the evolution.
I believe in it so much.
I see the evolution of interactive, and the styles of our interactive behavior are things that you have to consider, not just say, okay, we're going to put NFTs in a game, but why, how, for what reason, what is the end goal? And those are the things that matter.
I'm 3 minutes late for my client, so I've got to run because I told you my hard stop was hard. But I want to say this. A, I love everything coming out of your mouth, Ellio. Keep doing it. 2, everything's changing and nothing's changed. And let me explain what I mean by that. The opportunity for all the creative people who are watching this is greater than ever. You don't have a gatekeeper at CBS or MTV or anywhere else telling you that your show's not good enough. That's changed. That's huge. And the money that comes along with it, the way you can crowdfund community. On the flip side, you still have to be good enough to get people to fall in love with Scooby-Doo or Tom and Jerry or Pokemon or Mickey Mouse or Hulk Hogan. And so, or Super Mario, right? And so, why is Mega Man collectibles on eBay sell for less than Mario? Because more people love Mario than Mega Man, right? And so everybody needs to figure out very quickly, this is human psychology of getting people to fall in love. And most people don't have that talent. And putting some funny pictures with some roadmap and having a Discord and telling everybody your fucking roadmap is not going to get it done. This is about storytelling and community building in a way that is very challenging, because here's the difference. You know what was awesome about 1987 when somebody said your TV show can be on? There was only 30 TV shows. Every day for the next 3 months, because not everybody's done with their projects, there will be 200 Cool Cats and Bored Ape Yacht Clubs put out every day. Supply and demand always matters. Please pay attention to the human beings that are driving the car that you're betting on. Love you, man.
Garry,
cheers.
Garry, go fucking dominate, bro.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Yes, this fucking song gets me fired up, guys.
Gotta wake up, bitch, get up.
Ellio, my man, thank you so much, brother. We need to get you back here. We're going to do an NFT show soon, one day. We're nearly ready. But so good to see you, my brother. Let's carry on with the show.
Thank you. Shout out Banter fam. Thank you, Ran. See you soon.
Peace out, brothers. And follow Ellio. Ellio does a stream every day, sometimes 2 streams. The best. I listen to it every single morning. I'm not ashamed to say it. The guy is the #1 man in the whole of crypto. So go and listen to Ellio's stream, guys.
Thank you, Ran.
The description, put the description below. The description is below. Click to his channel, subscribe to his channel, give him that banter love, guys. Wow! Guys, let's fucking dominate. What do you say? Let's just fucking dominate. Let's just, whatever you do, let's dominate. Wow, what a show. So NFTs, one of the big trends driving the market today. As we said, quickly, let's go look back at the indicators. The Bitcoin price is stable, nothing to worry about there. The stock market, the US stock market, now that is not looking so good. And that's what I wanted to bring to your attention. So we look at the stock market and we see that the S&P 500 is down and almost touching the trend line. In fact, it just jumped off the trend line. So I think we're still safe, but we should pay attention to it. Then we look at the crypto market cap is just touching $2 trillion or just under $2 trillion. So nothing really to see there. And we carry on moving down the indicators. 1978 is the market cap right now as we speak. We carry on with the indicators, the top 50 coins, which I showed you earlier. It looks like it's the big layer ones that are moving. The fear and greed index, still high. People are still greedy. The one thing that is worrying me about this market is the grayscale premium. And that is because the grayscale premium right now is, let's quickly go and have a look at it together, minus 16.5%, which means the institutions aren't in the market. So we're going to post this daily market update, which will tell you just how you're feeling. And if you wake up in the morning and there's a tent in your bed and all these are good, then it's going to be a good day. Right, Sheldino Tentino.
Tentino in the house. Yo, yo, yo.
All right, let's get into some cool shit that's happening. We said the layer ones are running. That is what's happening. Solana is running. The layer ones are running. Sheldino Tentino. Do you remember like a whole lot of hours ago, we did a show together?
I do.
You do? Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what we said about Kusama?
Yes.
What did we say about Kusama?
That it was looking amazing for a buy.
Okay. No. Let me tell you exactly what we said about Kusama. So Kusama is undervalued. It hasn't moved yet. It's going to explode. What's the price of Kusama?
Kusama, if I have a look, 288. It's cheap, buddy.
It's going to 350 if the market doesn't crash or collapse or come down. Kusama is going to 350 in the next 3 days. Remember, Ryan said that. I said 350 next 3 days. What is Kusama doing right now?
You have a look how you see how Bitcoin's reacted nicely to that stock market. And that's a 4 hour. We're on the trend right now.
Let's go to Kusama.
288
this morning. Uncle Ran told you to buy it.
There's the entry. Come on, baby.
Imagine that. It didn't even take, and I still say it's going to go to 350. And I'll tell you guys
386. I say 386. Very quick.
I said, why is this happening? So let's look at the fundamentals driving Kusama. Well, Kusama announced their new parachain auctions. I don't know how many of you guys remember, but Kusama has already auctioned off 5 parachains earlier on this year. The winners of the 5 parachains were Karura, Moon River, Shiden, Kala, and Bifrost. And in those parachain auctions, almost 1 million Kusama out of 10 million Kusama were locked up in smart contracts for the auctions. Because how Kusama works is, Kusama is actually like a bridge between blockchains. And they auction 100 parachain slots. And in order to win those parachain slots, people have to lock up Kusama. The projects have to lock up Kusama, which they get from people. In the last 5, over 1 million Kusama were locked up, which is about 10% of the total supply of Kusama. And guess what? The next tranche of Kusama parachain auctions are starting now, starting on the 1st of September, which is like super soon. Let me zoom in for you guys to show you what's going on. And there we go. So Kusama, the 6 Kusama parachain auctions commence on the 1st of September, and they end by the 30th of September, which means that in the next 30 days, people are going to be crazy stacking Kusama because they want to bid for the parachains. It's not parrot, it's para. Habib, I gave you a prize earlier. It's parachains, P-A-R-A chains. So I think you need to buy Kusama because I think that there's going to be some pressure, some heat from all these different people that want to buy Kusama. And there is a little birdie that told me that earlier, and that's why I said to you guys, I think Kusama is going to go up. And then what happened? Kusama went up. Exactly. We're not allowed to use that. Carl said we mustn't use that exactly as he has been predicting. He found earlier, he said, don't use it. I do have... Hold on a second, I'll be back. No ways. Seriously. Come on. Are you serious? No ways. No ways. So there is, okay. Okay, so the birdies just came. They said something about Coti Cardano. I don't know what exactly they said. Don't know exactly. I don't know what they said exactly, but I am looking at what they said here. There's no news yet, but there might be news. There should be news, right? We know that Coti's making the Cardano stablecoin. We know that. Okay, well, I'll ask the birdies later. I'll phone Charles and Shachaf. In fact, no, we'll get Shachaf onto the show. Let's just get Shachaf to the show, the CEO and founder of Cardano. All right, let's give away shit. I want to give away, I've got to give away some more Star Terra. So, David, you just won yourself $100 worth of Star Terra, but only if you're subscribed to both channels. You got to be subscribed to both channels. Not subscribed to both channels? No, it's not. It's Shaldino Tentino. Morning Tentino. Yeah, aha. Okay, Probus. I mean, this is not a name. Opoknup. Okay, Previous Opoknup. You win $100 of Star Terra. Okay, so that's it, Star Terra. Let's look at some more news that's happening, which I want to talk to you guys about. Lots of news happening today. We said that NFTs are one of the narratives that are driving this massive crypto adoption. And we also saw that Solana jumped up, right? So we're seeing that there's a narrative. Layer ones, high layer one blockchains, high usage layer one blockchains are being bought up by the market. And also NFT narratives are being bought up by the market. And that is what actually drove the Solana price up, because they had, it wasn't Bored Apes, it was, what apes was it? Degenerate apes, which drove them up, as well as DeFi. So Solana's kind of got like this double whammy going on for it at the moment. On the one hand, it's got $2 billion locked up in DeFi, and through lots of projects over here, as you can see. And these projects are only going to get more and more popular now. And so Solana's playing this double whammy kind of thing, you know? It's like, you know, one from the front and then the other one from behind. So it's like the front one is the DeFi. And then the other side of it is NFTs. And there's a big clue in why I'm telling you this. There's a big clue in why I'm telling you this. DeFi is right now the winning narrative, okay? It's the winning narrative. DeFi and NFTs. DeFi, NFTs. NFT gaming is like NFTs, but with a little bit of sting, extra sauce. So it's like when you go to McDonald's and you ask for extra sauce. That's when you say DeFi gaming. It's like extra sauce. So Solana's got this one coming from behind and one coming from the front. From behind, got DeFi. So DeFi, $2 million value locked. On the other hand, Solana is growing a lot when it comes to NFTs. But here's where it gets interesting, because there's a big clue here. Remember I told you that Arweave was a file storage protocol blockchain. Effectively, when you store something on Arweave, you pay once and you store the data forever. That's really what Arweave does. It's like a blockchain, but you pay once and you store data forever. That's how Arweave works. Well, here's the story. Blockchains need to store their data somewhere, and what the blockchains are doing is storing the data on Arweave. So like Solana is storing its data on Arweave. Uniswap, I think, is storing its data on Arweave. And with time, many, many more blockchains are going to be storing their data on Arweave. So when Solana goes up, and when people want to protect their NFTs, then on Solana, then actually that's good for Arweave. So read this, and this is an article by Decrypt, which is decentralized storage project Arweave up 66% in a week amid Solana's NFT summer. Why is this so important? Because Arweave is very, very, very undervalued. I've been saying it for a while, and I still think even at today's prices that Arweave is still very, very, very undervalued. But as long as Solana continues to grow, and as long as projects like Uniswap, and I think maybe even Polkadot is storing their stuff on Arweave, Freddie, just check my facts here, then Arweave continues to grow, but it seems like no one knows who Arweave is. So what this article says is Arweave native token has mounted an impressive rally, blah, blah, blah. Part of this run can be attributed to the growing non-fungible token ecosystem on the Solana blockchain. An NFT is a blockchain, blah, blah, blah. We don't really care about that. This is because Arweave's technology underpins some of the most popular Solana-based NFTs, including the DGen Ape Academy, Salamas, and Solana Doges. Through activity on Arweave, though activity on Arweave has been steadily increasing, there has been a clear spike in the last couple of weeks. So you can see that is what's going on, and that's why Arweave is running. You ask me, I think Arweave still ridiculously, stupidly undervalued. I mean, look at this article. The guy says, NFT gaming on Atari is Ethereum, and NFT gaming on Solana is going to be Xbox. So he's saying that Ethereum was just like old layer one proof of concept, but actually if you want a real NFT experience for gaming, it's going to be built on Solana. And I believe that. And for as long as that is built on Solana, then Arweave is going to be the custodian of it. So if you want to make a double whammy or a triple whammy, I'll tell you what to do if you want to make a triple whammy. You buy Solana, whammy number 1, you buy Arweave, whammy number 2, and then you watch Crypto Banter, whammy number 3, because on Crypto Banter, I'm just going to give away money. I'm going to give Nikki Page gets $100 worth of Poly Launcher, which is right now, the second, valued at, let's have a look. Oh, a lot of money. Oh, a lot of money, valued at 28 cents. So you 10x up. So your $100 is worth $1,000. Amazing, huh? Fuck, $1,000. Wake up in the morning, get $1,000. 30 cents, even more. $1,100. That is what you call a triple whammy. Okay, so next one that I want you guys to be looking at, because I've got so much to tell you guys today. Maybe we need to do a microdose. We'll do a microdose later because there's just so much to talk about today. Oh, yeah. Another one which I want to show you guys very quickly, very quickly, is Luna. Remember earlier I said to you that the narratives that are being rewarded right now are big layer one blockchains. Big layer one blockchains plus DeFi plus NFTs. That's like, if you can get big layer one plus DeFi plus NFT, you've won. Solana has won. Big layer one plus DeFi plus NFT. Number 2 is Luna. The reason why Luna is winning right now is because big layer one plus DeFi. And if you look at the growth of Luna accounts, here we go. Look at what is happening at the growth on Luna accounts. The number of accounts holding UST, which is the Luna-based stablecoin, just grew from 80K. I mean, I can't even read these numbers. It's so huge. 80K to 460K in the last month. Now, remember, every single time that UST is created, you burn Luna. If that is the growth of Luna in the last month, and we have just begun, somebody stop me. Somebody just, my heart. Let me get some water because this is just too exciting. It's just, we discovered this gem at 35 cents. 35 cents. I need some water. Whew. So good. So good. Okay. Then earlier on the show, I said, look, if you're going to buy Luna and you believe in DeFi, because that's what's driving the Luna narrative, DeFi, then I know of like 2 or 3 current existing DeFi protocols on Luna. One of them is Anchor Protocol. We haven't spoken about Anchor. Our bad, like my bad. We should have spoken about Anchor before. But Anchor is still cheap. Shaldino showed us the chart earlier. Shaldino, just show us that chart again, that Anchor chart. Shaldino Tentino.
I got you. What's up?
Okay, zoom out and just show everyone. You see, we haven't even started. If this bull run starts,
yeah, it's very early. very, very, very early. So 2 buys, laddering in at these zones quite early, especially investor-wise. And obviously, RS flip at any point, 3.2, anywhere there it can come to, also a good add-on. One more while I'm here, Run. Before all the guys that are looking, the markets are definitely starting to wake up. And Thorchain is looking absolutely amazing.
Rune, baby.
Yeah, so I've just taken a small position here, decent position, and stop loss 7.6 for those looking.
Oh, no, wait, go to Dogecoin. So, guys, remember, narrative.
I got my lumps. Dogecoin's a buy still, definitely. It's still in from earlier. Still a buy.
Okay, so let's quickly talk about the fundamentals of Dogecoin. You can't write off Dogecoin anymore. I used to write off Dogecoin and I used to laugh at Dogecoin, but I'm not laughing anymore. And I don't think anyone's laughing anymore. And I'll tell you why. Certain amazing things have happened on Dogecoin. The first thing that happened on Dogecoin was what I said to you yesterday, and that is that the Dogecoin Foundation has been rebooted, and Elon Musk and Vitalik Buterin are board advisors to the Dogecoin Foundation, and they are going to start looking for developers to help developers to develop the ecosystem around Dogecoin. That's cool. But then Robinhood, the biggest retail trading app in the world, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's the biggest retail trading app in the world, right? Except for Coinbase, because Coinbase is way bigger than Robinhood. It's the biggest retail trading app in America. In America, okay. But in America is the world. Well, that's what they think. Yeah, that's what they think. Freddie. Look at this. Okay, so these are the numbers. You got to understand these numbers because these numbers are mind-boggling, mind-blowing, like unbelievably, ridiculously mind-blowing. Now, let me explain to you what's going on here. Crypto has become the most important asset class on Wall Street because, look here, Robinhood says that 60% of its customers traded crypto in Q2. Okay, 60% of Robinhood's customers, 60% of their customers traded crypto in one quarter. Oh no, nothing's happening here. This is not a retail movement. 60%. Just more than 50, more than half. More than half of Robinhood's customers are trading crypto. Where does it get more interesting? I'll show you where it gets more fucking interesting. Is when you read this and it says, the revenue, Robinhood's revenues grew to 565 million in the second quarter of 2021, which was 131% increase from the same quarter a year ago. Cryptocurrencies accounted for 233 out of 565 million of Robinhood, the biggest retail stock trading app in America. 60% of their revenues comes from crypto. Wait. The meme-based Dogecoin accounted for a full 62% of the crypto revenue. A quarter of the entire revenue of Robinhood comes from Dogecoin. Okay, so you have to forgive me about all the things that I said about Doge, and I'll tell you why. Doge is a proxy for the meme economy. And everything about crypto is actually about adoption. No one cares about technology. You can have the best technology in the world, but if you don't have adoption, sorry for you. Your app's never going to take off. Doge has adoption more than most cryptocurrencies out there, and it is being used. So regardless of whether...
Did you not fire me 2 weeks ago and kick me off the stream when I mentioned Doge?
I did.
No, I was just checking. Just
do me a favor, disable Sheldon's jump on the stream button. Because he just jumps on the stream. He just jumps over and takes over.
So I was just asking. Continue. I didn't mean to.
Tentino.
Yo.
I'm sorry I fired you. You can have your job back, bro.
Thank you. I'm out of the dungeon. Yes.
Okay, so don't discount Dogecoin because, I mean, there's too much happening on Dogecoin. And there is this petition to get Dogecoin to be accepted by, was it Walmart? It was Walmart, yeah. There's a petition going around. Guys, don't discount Dogecoin. Fluffypony, our friend, is unfortunately has been denied bail. I mean, get this. Remember, Fluffypony, our friend, was arrested and he was put into jail in the United States for a crime that wasn't even crypto related. It's a crime that happened. He's accused of defrauding Cape cookies of around 1.4 million rand, which is like $90,000 between 2009 and 2011, like 10 years ago, 11 years ago. And effectively he's wanted for this fraud. And he was arrested in the United States. And today there was a bail hearing. And Fluffypony has been denied bail ahead of a US court-based extradition hearing, which is crazy. I mean, dude, why? For $90,000? I mean, the guy's not a threat to society. The guy is denied bail? It's fishy, man. This is way deeper. This goes beyond what we're seeing here. This is not about cake cookies. This is about Monero. You can look at it whichever way you want. You don't deny someone bail for a $90,000 crime. You don't do that unless there's something bigger. That's for sure. Listen, there's a lot of other news. There's a fuck ton of other news. But what we'll do is we'll do a microdose later. So guys, subscribe to Microdose, which is our other channel. We have another channel, Microdose. The reason why we have that channel is in case YouTube ever decide to ban this channel or restrict this channel, at least we've got a way to speak to you. So go now. There's a link in the description. Apply now, and then I'm going to see you again like soon. We'll just drop it like really soon with a whole lot more news, a whole lot more calls. A couple of hours, okay. Big stories. I mean, one of the stories I want to talk to you guys about, which is super important, is this guy. You know who this guy is? Do any of you know who? Where is he? You know who Jay Clayton is, the former head of the SEC? He's become a bloody crypto advisor. He just advises every crypto project in the world. I mean, we hated him when he was at the SEC. Now he's just advising projects. These politicians, the way I see it, they're like, they kind of like prostitute themselves for money. I don't know if you're allowed to say that without getting banned on YouTube. But I mean, effectively what he's doing is he was against crypto at the SEC. Now he doesn't have a job at the SEC. So what's happening? He is basically getting advisor agreements from crypto projects. 2 crypto projects that I know of, he's got advisor agreements with. Yeah, big money. Yeah, okay. So look, lots of news. We'll get the news on Microdose in a couple of hours. It's going to be huge. So subscribe to the Microdose channel. Look out for the Microdose video. It is your microdose of crypto content. No side effects. Everything you need to know in 10 minutes for people who are very busy and for people and for when I run out of time on this show. So I will see you guys again. But I think before I go, I just want to give some more love to this beautiful, beautiful community. I want to give Sam Maala, who said Oprah Winfrey, and Sheldino Tentino. I see Sheldon's trading. Let me bring him back actually. Are you trading?
Maybe.
What are you trading?
Thorchain,
Rune. Have you updated your Coinbase charts? Your coin panel charts?
Yes, I have. I have. I'm listening.
He's lying. I can see he's lying.
How am I lying?
Can I see let me see your coin panel charts.
What coin panel charts you want to see, right?
Rune.
Rune. Is it Rune or Rune?
It's Rune.
Rune.
Tentino. Sheldino Tentino.
Yo.
You see, he doesn't even have it there, Fred. He's updated it. See, it's not even there. He's told us he updated it. Tentino.
Can you hear me?
There we go. Oh, he did update it. Okay.
Bomb with it, bomb. And Twitter, guys. Twitter, please. It helps me protect you guys.
Okay, guys, we will see you guys again in a couple of hours. Don't miss Microdose. Big calls on Microdose. We'll see you guys again in a couple of hours. Until then, much love. Trade well, my friends. And I am going to carry on giving away money the whole week. In fact, every show, give money to the community. Let's do this. So go and fucking dominate, guys. Go out there and fucking dominate. Like Garry V said. It was a good show. Garry was on fire.
Fantastic show.
Yeah, Garry was on fire, bro.
Oh, he was. Fire.